Welcome, everyone. This is our Commissioner Status Update for February 7th, 2023. The time is 10 a.m. I'm calling this meeting to order. In attendance are Commissioners Brooks, Matari, and Duncan. And changes to the agenda. We have an addition, emergency addition of 1B from an incident that happened over the weekend. So is there a motion to add a 1B to the end of our meeting?
What is it? I couldn't hear.
There was an incident that happened over the weekend, and so I need to do an executive session at the end of this.
Okay.
I move that we go into executive session with a 1B.
I second.
Added to the meeting.
Added to the meeting.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right, so at the end, we will handle a 74-2061B. And our first item is generator for court buildings. Jennifer, you want to, our elected clerk, speak to this?
So we had discussion, I guess, a couple of weeks ago in the business meeting about possible generators for the admin building and our newer district court building. And I had spoken to Jody about that possibility because when power is out or our server's down, we still have to operate at district court. And so I was discussing it with Brandy. With our Fund 45, there is a split between district court and the clerk's budget of a potential of around $800,000 of fund balance there. So if that was a potential match, I was just going to say it would be a good suggestion to go forward if we can equip the building with the grant. I'm not sure. I know the old courthouse we're not allowed to, but it would be a good idea to probably figure out a generator for district court too.
Okay. So any questions to Jennifer?
No questions.
Okay, so general direction, I think that's a good idea. We've got grant match, and so I think we should go after.
Yeah, and I would obviously want to check with legal that this money can be utilized for that match before we proceeded forward with that.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Good direction. All right, item 2, update Skeet Club property appraisal. So this actually kind of ties into a little bit of number 3. The last appraisal was done November of 21, and I think we need an updated one because property values continue to drop. And so with some options we have in the future, I'm going to ask for a second to go get an updated appraisal. It's about $2,000, and it'll take 30 days to get an update on that property. So
Is that going to take into account the lead and the
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Well-
the thing that always bothers me. We've had appraisals, but they really don't take into account the lead or the remediation costs.
Correct. So, yeah, so the direction will be given that they take into account the actual condition of the
Sure.
property. Okay,
I'm fine with that.
okay, good. All right, I'll get on the horn today and get that scheduled. So hopefully if they have cancellations, they can get us in before the 30 days. But number 3, Idaho Association of Counties Conference update. And what part of it ties into the Skeet Club is there is a bill. Dave, are you there? Who's there? Somebody just joined us. Oh, and just disconnected. So there's going to be a bill floated around, and I don't know if appropriations bills have to go through both House and Senate, but Fish and Game is looking at purchasing that land. So that's another reason for the update on the appraisal, because Fish and Game is interested in, just preserving the Skeet Club, because, we don't have a lot around in the area. So anything to add to that?
No, I think it's very important that we preserve shooting sports and places where you can participate in that.
Okay. Anything else from IAC last week?
Well, the big issue right now is the $120 million that the governor wants to provide for tax relief. There's 2 different approaches, one in the House and one in the Senate. They're very different, so there's a lot of work to be done. But the good news is that the Idaho Association of Counties really made it a point to explain how the county system works, so the legislators know what they're getting involved in and the implications by doing this incorrectly. So our hope is that Boise will come out with something very constructive for the counties that doesn't have any kind of an adverse, impact on the budgeting process.
Okay. Anything else you found helpful?
Just watching how they make their sausage down there. So they were in session, and it was very informative.
Okay. Jennifer, anything you want to add?
No, just
Sorry. Should have just sat there.
Just watching the legislators and the governor's office discuss, as adding on to what Bruce said, these bills, particularly House Bill, I believe, 79, I was looking at earlier, regarding sales tax going to property tax relief for school bonds, plant facility levies, and school supplemental levies. That was introduced by Moyles and Monks, and looks like it, Groves has a bill too, that it's going to be a win for property tax owners either way.
Okay. And then can you answer a question about the Medicaid expansion? Nope, that's the wrong one. It's Medicaid payments for police holds. Was that 70?
No, we're not currently doing that at county assistance in our department, so I don't think it applies to Kootenai County, what we've been doing.
Oh,
It'd be on the sheriff's side if that was the case.
oh, gotcha. Okay.
Police holds were in it last year with that.
Okay, perfect. All right, the only other thing really is public defense, and we are waiting to see the latest draft bill. But at this point, it's kind of a battle between having sole control at the governor's level versus regional authority. So trying to get those things worked out, and we'll give updates as they come in, I suppose. Anything else from IAC?
Nope.
Okay. Item 4, Commissioner Liaison Update. So I sent an email out last week or the week before, noticing that I had, some extra time, which sounds really weird because it doesn't feel like that. But what I did is I approached Bruce and asked if I could take some of his liaisons, because he's obviously working to understand what's going on in the county in general, and just working on some stuff that he wants to, I suppose. And so I agreed to take the coroner, adult misdemeanor probation, juvenile detention, and KCEMSS in exchange for the assessor, who he's already working with IT very closely. So we thought that might be a good change.
Yes, there's a lot of technology issues over on the assessor side, and so I'd like to be able to spend more time to help work with the assessor's office, IT, and some of the other folks that we're relying on third-party wise to get our software working the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. So any questions or comments, Bill, on that? You're all right with the switch? All right. So now I would entertain a motion to go into executive session, but Dave is supposed to be here. So Dave, are you on the line? Nope. So I will call him from our special star phone. Do you guys want to make a motion?
I move that we go into executive session pursuant to 1B Idaho statute.
Yeah, 74206 1B. Yes.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. All right. It's 10:26. Is there a motion to exit executive session?
I move that we exit executive session pursuant to Idaho Statute 74206 1B,
With staff to proceed as discussed.
and staff to proceed as discussed.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Matari,
Aye.
Chair Duncan.
Aye. And just to note that Dave Ferguson was present via teleconference during that executive session. All right, public comment. Anybody? Nope. All right, 10:27, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.